Hey everyone, this is Casual Fanatic.
Film reviews without the shoes.
I'm Luca, your casual viewer.
And I'm Kami, your fanatic. How's it going?
You have so much energy today. Alright, you're gonna be carrying because I'm so dead.
Bro, it's so freaking hot today. It was like 97 degrees.
Boiling. Yeah, it was rough. Today was a rough day.
I've had all my fans blasting all day and I'm still sweating.
Your AC as well?
I have my AC in my bedroom, my living room, and the fan I got in here.
Yeah, that's just not enough for a hot day. For a hot day, that's rough. Luckily, I was at work, so I didn't have to deal with that because it's always cold there. But how are you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Same.
You know, just chill. Had a not too busy day at work, but I had like 5 meetings and one of them was like 3 hours long. So
Brutal.
not
Dang.
super fun.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I just came back from a haircut just now.
Nice.
Work was pretty chill. No, work was definitely working today.
Yeah.
Just back-to-back meetings, and like during the meetings I was trying to get like actual production work done, you know? So it was just, yeah, it was one of those days.
I got a new phone, so there's that.
He did get a new phone. We did talk about this last time too.
Did we?
Yeah. Pretty sure.
I think we talked about me breaking my old phone, but I'm pretty sure I got the new phone after.
No,
Master.
I meant like you breaking it. Yeah.
But I have a new phone now, so that's helpful.
Yes. It won't catch into flames or explode on them anymore, which is great.
I'm also going down to Texas this weekend for my friend's birthday. So
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Next week, I'll be going to Banff, Canada
nice.
for a few days for a bachelor party. So I'm gonna be fucking lit and wasted and fucking hiking and doing all the outdoorsy things with beer, hopefully in my hand, for 5 days.
It's nice.
I hope so. I think it should be, but we'll see. It's also bear season, so
Do you have bear spray?
we're gonna get some when we're there. Yes, because I don't think you can fly with bear spray.
I've never thought about that. So
Neither, but yeah, I don't think you can. But yeah, those are that's fun. We're in DFW. In DFW?
yeah.
Say,
It's actually I booked the flight like back in March.
how cheap was that?
Not too bad. I think it was like maybe 200 round trip.
That's not bad for Dallas. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
That's huge. Very cool. Well, besides all these fun things, what are we talking about today? I wonder.
Today we're talking about Twilight Eclipse. It came out in 2010, directed by David Slade, notably a different director than the previous 2 movies. Written by Melissa Rosenberg, still obviously based on the Stephanie Meyer novels. Starring again the same crew.
Same people?
There's maybe a couple new people. There's a couple new people here, but
Yeah.
for the most part, same people.
Yeah.
Estimated budget of $68 million and made $698 million.
That's insane.
Yeah.
This Twilight series is so lucrative.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was a big deal.
yeah,
It like people going multiple times to the theater to see it.
that's so true. All the girlies with all their best friends and yeah, different.
There
friend
have
groups.
been a couple of movies I've seen
Wow.
in a theater more than once.
Yeah, but that's like, well, that's because you go and watch it. Then I'm like, hey, you want to go watch it with me?
That's true. It's usually like I'll either see it by myself and then with a group of friends, or I'll see it with 2 different groups of friends.
Yeah, that's the move. Dang. Well, so what'd you think?
About the same as the last one. I feel like still
As the last one or as the first one?
as the last one. I still think the first one is the most entertaining.
Okay.
This one, it feels like we'll get into it later, but I don't feel the threat really.
That's fair. Interesting.
Like I feel like the first one, it was like, oh, there's a reason that shit's going down, and this one is like, okay, I guess shit's going down.
Interesting. That is a hot take. Well, I mean, yeah, it is a hot take. I think this one was a wee bit better, so
Better than the last one.
I think so. There's just like a little bit more action here. The last one, the biggest thing was that wolf fight.
There's definitely more wolves in this one.
There's way more wolves. A few more fight scenes. It's really it. Yeah, and there are also funny scenes.
Romance.
More romance, true. But there's also just like a few more funny scenes in this one that I can think of.
Okay.
But we'll go into those here soon.
All right. Well, I guess we'll do a summary if I can remember this movie.
Dude, yeah. Oof.
Let's see. How does this movie start?
A lot of rain.
Starts okay because at the end of the last one, Edward was like, "You have to marry me," and so this movie starts with them talking about that again.
I don't know if I remember that.
Out in a field somewhere.
I thought that was after the first scene.
Oh, unless the first scene is that guy getting bit in the downtown area.
That's right. That's why I said a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the first one.
The first important scene.
Fair. Okay. Just keep going. Sorry.
Okay. So anyway, there's a scene where some stranger that we don't know, it gets stalked into an alleyway down by the docks and bitten. And then Edward and Bella are talking about getting married, and he's like, because he is fucking what, like 111 now or something like that. So he was like, "Oh, I'm just old fashioned in the time where I come from. That's how you say I love you." She's like, "Oh yeah, well, the time I come from, that's how you say you got knocked up." So she obviously is not too keen on the marriage thing. Meanwhile, stuff is happening. I really don't remember this movie.
I don't remember this movie either. I think instead of like doing like a proper like dialogue summary, let's just hit the high points and then
I don't even remember the high points.
I don't either.
That's what I'm trying to just hit the high points.
Honestly, just go watch it. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
Freaking.
Let's see. Bella graduated high school.
Well, she's about to
Graduate high school.
because she was like, I'll at least wait till after I graduate.
Edward's back.
Jacob is like in with the wolves now and stuff, and there's the two younger guys that were with him before are also wolves now, and then there's also like a girl wolf that I don't even remember her name.
Yeah. There at one point is a different vampire in Bella's house. We don't exactly know who it is. Jake at one point admits to Bella that he loves her.
All right, because she finds the letter, right?
Yes.
Someone like broke into her house and left a letter.
I think the letter was always there. I think she just pulled it out as like a reminder, I thought, because
How did she know someone broke in?
that was Edward. Edward like smelled it or felt something.
Oh, right, because he came over and then he was like sprinted upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a thing in Seattle where there's
Yeah, keeps cutting away to the guy who got bitten in the beginning turns into a vampire, and then he's like turning a bunch of other people into vampires, and so they've got like this just wild group of like kidnapping and
newborns
eating people, and he's like, people see it on the news, and because the Cullens are the closest vampire coven, they keep watching it on the news, and they're like, we should really do something about this.
Yeah.
And it takes them fucking forever to actually do anything about it.
The Volturi are also involved, but it's like a different group of Volturi. This one that are like looking over this, they're like, we'll see what happens.
Well, because
thing
Alice
is watching
the main guy, and so Jane, the vampire who can like fucking crucio people, is doing a whole bunch of shady shit behind his back.
Yep.
And Jacob, they know that this group of newborns is coming, and so they're like trying to put a plan together, and
they start working with the wolves.
They like start working with the wolves, so they're like, we're gonna need all the help we can get because there's only what, like 6 Cullens.
Yeah, not that many.
And so they recruit the wolves to help, and at the same time they like are trying to trick the vampires by like putting Bella's scent on certain things and then hiding her out in the mountains, but they don't want her to be followed, so rather than having Edward take her up there, Jacob has to take her up there because of his nasty dog smell.
It'll cover her scent.
And then they like both end up staying up there. I don't even remember why. At first it was like Edward was gonna just leave her up there alone and then go fight, and then she was like, the best way to protect me is for you to stay with me. And he was like, you're right. And so then Edward chooses to stay, and then for some reason that I don't remember later, Jacob also ends up staying up at the mountain
because she was cold.
Well, but that was before that.
I don't know then.
But for some reason, Jacob ended up staying, and so there's like this 3 people up in the mountains, and then it gets really cold at night, so then Jacob starts cuddling, and it makes Edward really jealous. And then there's also like a new werewolf person who's like the youngest wolf in the club. I think he's like 12 or something like that. And he's also like helping keep watching stuff, and there's a big fight between all of them and the newborns.
Yeah, and then the redhead smells the scent of Edward in the mountains.
All right, that's because Victoria, who is from the first movie, one of the 3 people that interrupted the baseball game, Victoria's still out and about doing her thing, and so she's the one that like set up this whole newborn army thing. And after all the newborns get killed, she manages to find Edward and Bella, and then there's a vampire fight, and she dies.
Yep. And after that, it's again Edward and Bella, and Edward tells Bella again that he wants to marry her. And then she's like, okay, well then we're gonna have to do the most dangerous thing now and tell my dad. And that's how the movie ends.
Is that how the movie ends? Not everyone.
It like just goes black, and then that's it.
There's an awkward sex talk between Bella and her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the reasons this movie does not get such a high rating, kind of forgettable.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like it's like again one of the middle movies in the Twilight series. Like you really do. I feel like just need to like pound through all of them at the same in the same day, and then it would make so much more sense.
Like I feel like I could still give at least as good of a summary of the first movie.
I agree. Yeah.
This movie, I just like you see it and then it's gone.
And then they still made so much money. Crazy. Alrighty, well.
All right. Well, we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back.
And we're back. Would you look at that? Yeah, again, like, there's not much to talk about in this movie. There is one kind of weird miscommunication / rapey scene between Bella and Jacob, or Jake.
Sexual assault, not
But it is sexual assault, sure.
He forces a kiss on her.
Yeah, but like very forceful. Like,
yeah,
it was like weird. It was a weird vibe for me to watch, I feel. And she was not a fan, and then she like sprained her wrist on his face, which I think was a hilarious scene. And then just because we're talking about Bella and Jake quit kissing each other during the very last fight where it's the redhead and all that jazz. Before that happens, Jacob finds out that Edward and Bella are going to marry. Right. So he gets really pissed off and was going to storm out. And Bella asks him to kiss her again just so that she can kind of level head him again, I guess. And then he takes off and she goes down there, and Edward obviously knows. And he's like, ugh, yeah, like I could hear all his thoughts, but I guess he understood, I guess. Weird, bro. Anyway.
Actually, I do remember at the beginning of this movie being a little excited because that stalking scene was like kind of cool, but then it just like ends with him getting like a bite on his palm.
Yeah, it was like bite on his palm, and then like he like starts immediately, convulsing in pain.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then it changed to Bella, and
he's done like a neck bite.
Yeah.
Do the vampire thing. I feel like when Stephanie Meyer was writing these books, she had just never heard of vampires before. She was like, oh no, they suck blood. And that's it. That's all she knew about.
It's true. Yeah, I was excited about that too. But then, and it was, I liked movies that have like a good rain scene, where the rain just looks nice, and it did.
It's good rain.
Yeah, it was good rain. It was downpour. I just also want to point out that for Bella's graduation gift, her mom had like knitted her a blanket with like all her shirts and stuff, and my mom did the exact same thing.
I also have a blanket like that.
Yeah. I feel like that's just like a thing that has to happen. Like all the shirts that you had throughout whatever high school, college.
Yeah.
I think that's really neat.
When they're discussing getting married, one of Bella's arguments is that 2/3 of marriages end in divorce. Good news. Only half of marriages end in divorce.
Fuck.
Not 2/3.
That is actually a good stat. Damn. But still, 2/3 is, a half is still a lot.
Well, and also because I actually did quite a bit of research.
I
on
want
this.
to know what like the age group is.
The chances go up the more times you get married.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because you just kind of get used to it, right?
So I think if I didn't write it down, but I think it's like for first time marriages, it's only like 20%, and then if one of the people has been married before, it's like 40ish
Of staying together or of getting divorced?
getting divorced.
Oh fuck.
And then for if both of them have been married before, then it's like 60 or 70 or something like that.
Holy cow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What about like age group wise of when it's most common for people to most likely stay together? Is it like the younger generation? Because I know people are getting married at like 21, you know, between 21 and 25. Is that like considered young where that divorce rate goes up or does it go down?
I don't know.
That's what I'd be interested in.
I did not look at ages.
Son of a...
Sorry.
Anyway, that's pretty cool. I didn't like the part where Jacob was like, I don't know, she calls him Jake in the movie, so now I call him Jake.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jake explained to Bella like what imprinting was, which I think is interesting because like why would you need to mention that? And then it was never brought up again.
Well, it's because they were talking about the fucking alpha wolf or whatever was previously with someone else.
And
then got right, and it was like it's a bigger deal that they broke up because they imprinted on each other.
I think that could be some foreshadowing, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then Bella's like, "Have you imprinted on anyone?"
And he's like,
You would know.
you would know if I have.
I did think it was kind of ridiculous that Bella just like brushes aside the marriage proposal and like acts like it's not a big deal, and then gets like so upset when Edward doesn't want to change her.
Right.
I'm like,
Two-faced.
you're right.
So
I'm like, no, you do what I want, but I'm not gonna do what you want.
they strike an agreement at one point, but still, like, bro, it can't be. Yeah. And I'll go back to when Jake said he loved Bella. He was like, I'll love you until your heart stops beating. And then I loved Bella's reply. She was like, well, then you won't have to wait too long.
They bring that up later as well when after Jacob gets hurt. I think it's after the fight because one of the vampires like digs their claws into him or something like that.
No, so it was one of the newborns and they crushed him.
Right, but then they're like, it was like there was a hand thing. I don't remember exactly what happened.
I don't think there was a hand thing.
I will pull up the movie again. I promise there was a hand thing.
Pull it up. There's no hand thing.
There's a hand thing.
No, there's no hand thing, guys.
I'll pull it up. Hand thing.
That's him crushing.
That's not a crush that he did it with his hands. He dug his hands into him.
Look at it again. Watch it. And you can see he can't.
Look, you
watch. Look, he's crushing.
With his hands.
He's holding him, crushing them. Of course, he has to grab somewhere.
But it's not like
he's not digging his fingers into him,
He is
hurting
digging
it.
his fingers.
No, he's not. And it even says after that.
Pull it up yourself. Put it in the comments. Anyway.
Oh my god.
If it wasn't clear enough from the past two movies how toxic these relationships are, Edward literally sabotages Bella's car to prevent her from going to see
It
Jacob.
was so weird. She's like, "Did you just sit to my car?" And he goes, "I can't let you go."
I was like, bad. That's some bad boyfriend shit right there. I would like to know how, when they went to visit Bella's mom, how did Edward just avoid all the sunlight? Like, Florida's super sunny, and like we even talked about in the first movie, like that's why they moved to Washington was because of all the clouds. I'm like, how did he get on an airplane? I'm assuming maybe they drove there and didn't get on a plane, but like, how do you?
True. I don't know.
How do you even like you arrive at night, you go in the house, and then you just never leave the house for the whole vacation?
Such a weird move. And they were outside like tanning.
Right.
And he was inside minding his own fucking business.
Also, yeah, I know I mentioned this before, but I feel like I'm not reading that.
Yeah. You should.
We're using ChatGPT like that proves
Read it,
anything.
read it.
I'm gonna read it.
All right, then I will. Jacob gets hurt when a newborn vampire crushes him in a bear hug style grip.
It's not a bear hug though. He can't even fit his arms around him.
That's why
That's not what a bear hug is. See, and you're doing fists. That's not what he did. He had his claws out.
he's grabbing the fucking wolf and crushing him.
Again, get in the comments.
Oh my god, this guy.
Anyway, what I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted is that Bella is also super toxic. And I know you've been asking me the past two ones, like Team Edward or Team Jacob, because obviously that was a big thing when the movies were coming out. I feel like at this point, I'm not on anyone's team because Bella sucks so much. I'm like, I don't give a fuck who you date. Like, everyone in this movie sucks. At least everyone in the romance part of it. There are characters not in the romance that I feel like are better characters. And I don't know if I want to say good characters, but better characters.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, I don't know. I guess we've mentioned this before as well in the other movies, but I guess they just don't take role at the high school or something, because there's a scene where Bella shows up and everyone's walking into the school like the school day's about to start, and then Jacob's standing outside and he's like, come with me, and they just fuck off together. And I'm like, you can just skip school to talk to some guy? Like, what's happening?
I feel like it's like a small town kind of thing where it's like either you show up or you're not. You might be helping your dad on the farm. That's the kind of vibe I get from that school.
I feel like it would be the opposite. Like, if there was like a big inner city school where there was like a bunch of kids, it'd be like, who cares if one person's missing? But if there was like 20 kids, you're like, where the fuck is Bella?
Yeah, I know. True. Yeah.
Also, Edward being the most insecure person ever. At one point, after she's off hanging out with Jacob, Edward says, I almost broke the treaty because I was so worried about you. I was like, dude, calm the fuck down.
But I did like in this movie that they started working together just a little bit.
Oh, also, I figured out how to pronounce the fucking native tribe. It's Quileute.
Oh, sweet.
Quileute. There is one point where they're fighting, and Bella says, from now on, I'm Switzerland. Corniest line.
One that I didn't understand.
Well, because Switzerland is famously neutral. They, like, don't take sides in wars. But also, that doesn't really make much sense, because it's like, it's not... I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but, like, in that specific scene... Like, being neutral doesn't stop other people from fighting. It just means you're not going to join the fight.
Right. That's true. If anything, you're helping you're helping one of the sides by not joining.
Which side was she helping? Edward?
Probably Edward's.
Yeah, the amount of times she's like, listen, fam, it's going to be Edward. Like, you're going to keep trying to make me fall in love with you. And, oh my God, Jacob, I think like 3 or 4 times is like, she loves me. She just won't admit it to herself. And I'm like, what the fuck?
So weird. Okay, bro.
Okay, bro.
He's like, I feel it. But, I mean, she does admit at one point that she does love him. But she just loves Edward more. That's what she told Edward.
So we see in the flashback when they're having I think Jacob calls it a council meeting, but like it's just
it's
some
cool part.
Fucking sitting around a campfire telling stories, not really a council of anything. And there's a flashback of like some vampire way back in the day came and killed a bunch of tribes people, and it like became a whole big deal. And this woman from the tribe like did this whole heroic sacrifice thing where like there was like one werewolf left, and right as he was about to get killed, this woman like stabs herself in the gut, and then that distracts the vampire long enough for the werewolf to get the jump on him and kill him.
Yeah.
And
for the wolf to get a jump on the vampire and
Right.
kill him. Yeah.
A similar sort of scene happens at the end with Victoria, but Bella just like cuts
Slices
her arm a little bit.
Hand or arm.
Right. And I was like, why couldn't the native lady do that? Like,
Well, she did. The native
she fucking stabbed.
stabbed herself.
I was like, you didn't have to die.
He's like, this is it for me. Maybe she just needed that much blood, you know?
At one point, Bella tells her dad, there's nothing I'm ever going to want more than Edward. And I was like, this, I admit, is a valid teenager feeling, but it's also stupid as fuck.
Which is the teenager.
Right. Like, I get it when you're, like, going through that time period. Like, everything feels like it's the most important thing in the world. But I was like, oof, Bella.
I mean, it really does bring you back to high school, though, where, like, so much drama. People just, like, thought that was their whole life. But in reality, it's not even anything close to, you know.
We also find out that Jasper was in the Confederate Army.
Oh, yeah, we did find that out.
They were
And then he
doing
got-
a whole training montage on how to beat the newborns, because apparently Jasper also raced newborn army way back in the day. And
But he was, then he turned into, like, a little bitch, too.
He was kind of a little bitch. I don't first. Okay, so I'll get this out of the way first. Where was Jasper's accent before this?
That's great point. Great point. I don't think they knew character development wise yet where he was going.
Right.
And so now all of a sudden he's
like
got a
talking like a normal dude, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Yes, well, when I was back in Texas,"
Yeah.
and I was like, "Huh?"
the switch up.
I don't know how I feel about narrative. Why? Like, what is the purpose of him being a Confederate soldier? I don't know if I understand that. It feels like a weird choice.
I think that's just like them showing that he, as a human, knew how to fight, and that's why he was so good at as a vampire fighting other vampires.
Could have been a Union soldier.
I mean, sure, it could have been anything, but
And then on top of that, they make it so that his like tragic backstory is that he was manipulated by this evil Hispanic woman, and I'm like, what are we trying to say here? And then after getting away from the evil brown lady, he meets Alice, who is perfect white lady.
I don't know if it was a race thing.
I don't know.
I don't know if it was.
There's some undertones there I was a little unsure about.
I think came in. Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
Just a little coincidental is all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think that Victoria is a big enough threat for 3 movies?
Dude, I don't know. I feel like she was like a really nice like little sprinkle here and there of danger, but it wasn't. No, not for 3 movies. I don't think.
Because I feel like at the
Like all she fucking did the whole time was run.
right, like in the first movie, she like wasn't really doing anything because that was the other guy, whatever his name was. But then there was like the big teaser at the end where it was like, "Ooh, Victoria's plotting revenge or whatever."
Right.
And then I feel like the whole second movie, she barely did it. It's like
Ran once into
she like
culinary.
gave some old guy a heart attack, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, it's pretty weird. As well as like, dude, how many times did they have to chase her
Right.
to catch her?
Well,
both wolves and fucking vampires. Like, is she just that good?
Though, like I just don't feel I don't feel the danger in these movies.
Not
So maybe now that she's dead, we'll get like a proper threat in the next one.
yeah.
But
I think when Edward was in the Volturi area, that's when you felt some threat by the Volturi gang. They're
although Jane is the only one that I remember seeing from the last movie. I think all of the other Volturi people were new people,
Yes.
or if they weren't very memorable from the last one.
yeah. Can't believe they killed that little baby girl that the Cullens were trying to save,
That was wild.
and they were like, "No, sorry, gotta kill her."
We don't give second chances.
Yeah, like okay.
It was at one point Jacob says he let the other guy be the alpha wolf. I was like, okay, dude.
Right.
Right. Totally. Also, in case you didn't know, alpha wolves don't exist. That has been debunked. Based on false research. There was one point where Bella and Jacob are talking, and he says to her, he's like, I know you love me. I can feel it. I make you nervous. I was like, bro, I would be nervous too if my platonic friend was trying to make a move on me. Like, nervous doesn't mean anything.
Hey, yeah, uncomfortable maybe.
Right. Bella, again, being super manipulative, straight up tells Edward, I'll marry you if you fuck me.
Yeah, I wrote the note of where is it? Her condition is you have to come in me. That's what I wrote down. That's what I took from that. She's like, I don't care if it's hard. I don't care if it's dangerous.
Because they're like,
you to fuck me.
They find out that they're going to be at the Cullen house alone, and she's like, alone?
Yeah. Yeah, and he's like, no, it's too dangerous. And she was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
She's like,
he's like trying to pull back, and then she's like, I'll marry you. And I'm like, that is so fucked up.
yeah. Fucking nuts. Yeah. Yeah, it's just.
So this is just a general note, not really about this movie, but I feel like it's kind of lame that the vampires don't have sharp teeth. Like there were
When
couple
they're
shots.
talking.
Yeah, they're just like normal ass teeth, and I was like, they don't even look like vampires.
I know. I don't know why they chose to do that, but maybe it was too costly to have like fake fangs coming up someone's mouth. $69 million could cover that.
When they're camping and Jacob goes, face it, I am hotter than you. I was like, fucking got him.
Dude, and it's Edward also had to like hold back because Bella was freezing. Yeah. So, Jacob had to go in there and like kind of cuddle, and he was like, you'd be it would be faster if you took your clothes off. And she was like, I'm not taking my clothes off.
I wrote more like N-word cucking.
Oh my god. True, dog. He was there watching that shit.
Just sat there like,
It's all sad and shit.
ugh.
It did look fucking frigid out there, though. I will give him that.
This whole movie is full of Bella just being the most manipulative hoe. I feel like
She has to play two sides somehow.
when Jacob's like about to run off and she asks him to kiss him, I'm like, you only did that because you don't want him to die.
Yes.
Like, that was not a maybe I do love you. That was a you kiss me, please. Don't go to war. Kiss me.
Yeah. Literally, yeah. And I think that's cheating. Even if you're trying to save someone, I don't give a fuck. Sorry.
You wouldn't be as understanding as Edward.
No.
You'd be like, actually, you should have let him die.
Yeah, let him be angry. Maybe it'll help him in the fight. Who knows? Obviously, he still had a stupid screw loose when he tried to save his sister, or then
Leah, I think.
yeah, Leah, and then he got
She's the random girl werewolf. That I don't know. Maybe they explain it in one of the future movies, but there's only one girl werewolf, so I don't know what that's about.
yeah, true.
Maybe it's just
I
like
think they're confused about it too, though.
more common in dudes.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe she's the alpha wolf
Maybe.
at one point. Yes.
I
I have no more notes, so it's all you.
My last note was just Carlisle continues to be my absolute favorite.
Yes.
He is the best character.
Yes.
And every time he's on screen, I'm like, that man right there.
Because Carlisle, when Jacob got crushed, he actually went into the den of the wolves and had to break and set all his
there's
bones
all
because they
this,
keep healing fast.
frickin' pack. I was like, what is a group of wolves called?
Yeah, they were all around him.
Yeah, and they're just like chilling at like literally their mortal enemy in their house, and he's just like, yeah, all right, he should be okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I think after that, we'll see in the next movie, but I'm thinking this is good news for the Cullens versus the tribe.
Yeah.
Because he just saved one of their members, and hopefully that'll, smooth things over, kind of. We'll see. We'll see.
I would like to know if I'd be interested to see the exact terms of the treaty that they keep talking about.
I do too, yeah.
Because
Obviously, can't go on each other's land,
Right.
can't change in each other's land.
But I want more specifics on that.
I agree. Because it looks like Jacob can be on the Cullens' turf.
Right.
As long as he's not wolf form, but since vampires are always vampires, I guess they just can't cross the boundary.
So yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. Maybe there's more to come.
I also don't know, and obviously this is just because the movies are PG-13, they can't show a lot of blood. But
There is never a lot of blood.
the whole they keep talking about instead of blood, the vampires have venom running through their veins. But then you'd think we could be oh, when you kill them, venom splashes everywhere and make it a little more gory. But they're instead
It's like porcelain.
right.
Right?
They're just shatter into little rocks. And I'm but where's the venom at though?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know why they chose to go that way.
They did bring up again though, because I know there was some confusion about this on the last movie. They did bring up that the only way to permanently kill a vampire is with fire. So I guess even if you decapitate them,
re-put the stones
yeah,
together.
they just I
want to see that happen.
that would be cool if we saw that happen, because they keep saying that fire's the only way, but then they'll just rip a head off and act like everything's done.
Right.
I'm I guess that
Every time you do see it, a pile.
yeah, they do burn them later, but how long would it take for them to reform if they didn't do that?
That's a good question. I wonder
Or
if we
does their
ever
head
find
just
out.
slowly roll over?
Hands crawl back, set itself.
I was I want to know how it works.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. That is a good question. Maybe we'll find out. Who knows? I actually don't know. I hadn't seen these in so long, so.
And I haven't seen them ever.
Sick. Well,
But I think we only have two more, right? It's Breaking Dawn Part 1 and Part 2.
is that the last one? I actually have no idea.
I don't think there's another one in between.
I actually do not know. Let's see. Nope, there's... Yeah, just the last two.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that was the last note I had.
Nice.
Which means it's time to move on to trivia.
Let's do it.
Again, kind of disappointed with how little trivia there is. I always expect there to be more. And then all of it's this person was in this other movie. I'm that's not really trivia then.
Yeah, no.
Kristen Stewart received her high school diploma in the mail 1 week before filming Bella's graduation scene.
Oh.
So she graduated at the same time.
As her
Character.
That's pretty cool. So she was actually feeling those emotions. Sick.
In case you didn't notice, Victoria was recast in this movie. And so this second piece of trivia is that Rachel Lefebvre, which played Victoria in the first two movies, was fired by Summit Entertainment because her filming schedule overlapped with that of another film she was in called Barney's Version. She was replaced by Bryce Dallas Howard. She later revealed that the overlap was only 10 days, and said she was shocked to find out that she was being replaced.
That's crazy.
She's like, guys, we can't wait 1 week? Like,
That's insane.
like, nope, sorry, bye.
And there is actually one more piece of trivia that Cayman isn't aware of. Today is August 13th, and Bella's and Edward's wedding date is actually set for today.
Well, that's true. This episode won't come out today. So,
But it's today when we were talking.
That is... Didn't even think about that.
That's right now. So they're getting married somewhere,
not-
probably. They're celebrating their anniversary.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, there we go. That was kind of a good timing.
Yeah. Well, I guess let's get wrecked.
Let's do it. My recommendation, because I'm going hiking at like 4 a.m. in the morning, is a headlamp brand and type. It's Black Diamond. 500R is the headset or headlight, whatever. It's pretty freaking cool. I got mine the other day, and it has like a red, blue, and green light, RGB. And then it has like 500 lumens, and then like another light that's like a floodlight. It's crazy. Granted, it's $80 for a headlamp, but
What would you use the green light for?
I don't know. The green and blue kind of throw me because usually it's only red.
Yeah.
It's usually only red on headlamps, but this one has green and blue, and I'm wondering if they work the same way.
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's my rec. I did a lot of research for it. So
I'm going to recommend an Instagram page called Dearly Blossom, and I will not explain what it is, so go look it up.
sick. All right. That leaves you on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's my recommendation.
Nice. Nice.
Well, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and tell your friends and family about us. If you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and hit the thumbs up and bell icon. Otherwise, leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. You can also follow us on Bluesky and Instagram at CashFanPod. If you want to send us a message, you can DM us, leave a comment, or send an email to casualfanaticpodcast@gmail.com. Links for all of that are in the description. What kind of messages can they send us?
You can send us anything from you agree with me that Jacob was crushed to recommendations of movies and shows that you would want us to review. Also, if there's anything that you like in the podcast that we're doing, like segment-wise, or if there's something that you think we could add, let us know.
And on that note, this has been Casual Fanatic. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.